my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals. Told my girl it was simple. Hey, what's good, y'all? It's C Will, and this is the Passive Income Network. On this podcast, we talk about creating assets that produce passive income. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment and say what's good. On this episode, we have a special podcast feature with an algo found for the NFT series. So we're going to say, welcome to the GRAF project, right? Collections of unique GRAF NFTs on Algorand that give you access to a safari full of Gs. We have Renegaze, the community manager representing the project. Let's welcome him to the show. What's good, Renegaze?
Thank you, man.
Most
Doing
definitely.
good, doing good.
Yeah. So okay, let's dive into GRAFs, right? So first of all, can you introduce yourself to the audience and I kind of give a geographical location where you at in the world and why are you interested in this project here?
Definitely. So I'm Renegaze, real name Drew, but I started working on this project back in, I believe it was January 2020.
For
The
sure.
project actually started, I believe it was 4Q21. I really just, once I got lucky, beyond most people, I won the first shuffle I entered with them.
Oh wow.
And, ever since I won that, I kind of just immersed myself in the community there. And ever since then, I loved what they were doing. I talked to Ari a lot, the project manager, a lot in and out of the discords, and it kind of led to a position that opened up on the team. And ever since then, I've been helping out where I can, building the community. Outside of this, I'm a financial analyst, so really just
Oh, wow.
applying any knowledge I have to the project.
Oh, that's dope. Well, congrats on, hopping in to such a cool project.
Yeah, it's been a great time.
Yeah. So let's talk about the founder real quick. This is a female-led project, and there's not many in the space, right? And I think that's a important thing to get the ladies involved a lot more into this. Yeah. Can you talk about I guess that aspect of like why she created this project and a little bit more about Giselle?
Yeah, so Giselle is our only artist on the project. She was running it alone for a while until she started bringing on team members to kind of help grow her vision. But it's definitely been probably our number one focus as a project is to promote the fact that we are a woman-led project and there's not many in the ecosystem, as you said.
No.
So it's kind of been our main focus to push that forward. And her whole goal of the project is to kind of push inclusivity and education, just to make sure other people feel comfortable.
Hmm.
She went months for a while without actually telling people she was female. She thought it would drop her floor prices and
Hmm.
ruin like her whole public persona, but actually it was quite the opposite when she finally wrote up the whole Twitter post and came forward about everything. I believe the community grew a lot quicker and a lot closer based off that.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we gotta support them. That because I think let's see, there's Penny Crayon. I had her on the show,
Mhm,
female led. We got Stupid Horse. G Rab. So that's like dope.
mhm.
There is more happening in that space. Before we dive deep into the project, can you talk about why you're into Algorand?
Yeah, so I didn't have any crypto holdings, through college until I held Bitcoin. But one of my buddies, Donkson, told me like, hey, like this is, we're talking first bought it. It was like $1.80 a share. I was like, you know what, like why not? I'll buy a couple of it and I'll just play around with it. And then I kind of got into the NFTs and I realized like, wow, this is fast. Like I'm not sitting here for 10 minutes waiting for something to happen. So I
Yeah.
kept playing with it a little more, testing out different projects and yeah, it's just been, I mean, besides how easy it is to use, people are nice. And, that kind of, it breeds, good communities.
Facts. I love the Algo fam. It's definitely has changed my like perspective on all this like Web3 and internet and just meeting people. It's been like a pleasure to connect with people like yourself for sure. Um, yeah. So let's go in back into the project a little bit more. So what is GRAFs? Break it down for us.
So currently it's 370 generation one art pieces. The GRAFs break down into three categories: the original Gs, the special Gs, and the last Gs. They're all just there is no true difference between them as it comes to like what wallet they're minted in. They're all together. It's just art styles.
Okay.
She kind of started with the OGs and then was wanted to push herself a little more, went to the special Gs, and then wanted to push it further and finally hit the last Gs. So that collection holds 270 of them. Then our young Gs are 100, almost teenager type giraffes that
Okay.
kind of have the more three-dimensional look to them. Those were a really big hit when she started releasing those. The
Nice.
limited quantity and just the fun she was having with them. She went down the mutant side of it, but then she had there's a little life themed set in there that her mom inspired, and she had a lot of fun with those. Now we're moving into generation 2. We released our super gems, which are vouchers, I guess you would say, and
Okay.
these are dropped to holders through staking periods. We actually wrapped up our second and final staking period yesterday. So all the holder rewards are out now. And then they'll be able to redeem these when we get to Gen 2 for a top 50% rarity in that project.
Okay. Making moves then, I see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Can you talk more about it's the Safari, right? Like what's going
Mhm.
on, and like you get a GRAV and then you have access. Can we talk more about that?
Yeah. So our access, as general NFT projects, you have, your holders lounge
Hmm.
and you'll have like holders giveaways, and that's where we focus most of our attention, because if people want to support us, we're going to support them.
Yeah.
So once you're in, pretty much you have open access. Even super gems have full access now. Inside of there, we have something we came up with a few months ago called the G Academy, and it's 4 different sections.
Hmm.
There's news and crypto, science and technology, food and drinks, and art and music.
Oh
And there
wow.
are 4 different categories that we push holders to make sure you're posting in or connecting with other people there. Sea Dog, one of our ambassadors, she posts all kinds of different foods she's cooking or when she's out, and it kind of just to help, like, we almost wanted to give it like an educative feel,
Hmm.
but also keep it open forum. That way, you can learn about different things. Like Odd Octo goes in there and he'll post his recipe sometimes about what he made for dinner, and I think that's really cool to see. A little on top of the usual degen chat about which
Yeah.
ASAs we're flipping at the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's nice to have a little extra in there, and you learn a lot just talking to people in there.
Okay. What are some things you learned out of there?
I think uh, Ari definitely. He's currently getting his PhD at Princeton.
Okay.
So whenever he gets a chance to post the articles he's working on, or right now he's working through his grant proposal, I think he's going to post some of the figures from that. It's truly like the ideas and the data that all these people are bringing in. We have another holder called Doc Crypto.
Doc
He will
Crypto.
post all kinds of medical files and stuff in there, where you can really see like further beyond. Because I personally wouldn't sit here and research all this stuff on Google. I wouldn't know where to begin in the first place.
Yeah.
So just to these are getting put in front of you. You got 20 minutes. Take a quick read through, and you learn a lot in there.
That's dope. So a lot of education there, and that's what I
Mhm,
do here on
definitely.
the Passive Income Network. That's the most, I believe, the most important thing: education. Then we get to exposure, we have fun and things of that nature.
Mhm,
So
definitely.
you mentioned a few team members, right? And I wrote, so you got Ari, Agash, you're Andrew, and then Giselle. Can you break down? So Giselle's the founder. Can you break down the roles for Ari, yourself a little bit more, and then Agash?
Definitely. So Giselle, she's the lead on everything. So she's the at first most she's the artist. So she
Yep.
does all the drawing, everything involving the project. But then she really gets that final say in everything that goes on.
Hmm.
It's her baby, as you would say.
Yep.
But so she handles all that top level stuff. Ari's the project manager. He works with her on strategizing on what to do, on what the future plans are, and any corporate things that need to go on, making sure we run smoothly.
Yep.
Agash is the tech manager, so he built our whole staking platform that we
Okay.
used for handing out the super gems, and anything that really goes into, like, say, Discord issues that are going on, different bots we're trying to build. He heads up all of that and makes sure the bots are good and that we're actually being safe about it, and we're not just putting links out there that could relate to some bad things that could happen to wallets. Myself, I'm the community manager. I like to focus more on like the actual Discord community. I'm always, if anybody ever stops by, I'm probably gonna get a response out to you in 4 or 5 minutes. I just want to make sure people, they feel understood and heard when they have questions or just anything to point out. But I run the Instagram. I do most of the like the ad research when it comes to other chains and stuff to kind of make sure we're hitting things that we don't see in Algorand, but that you may see on, say, Near or Solana.
Okay, that's dope. Well, yeah, I love the aspect of this team building. So can we talk more about the team structure a little bit? Because I think this will provide a lot of value for those who are thinking about starting NFT projects and things of that nature. I always talk to people. I'm like, NFT project is essentially just a business that sells art on the blockchain, kind
Mhm.
of, right? Yeah, you agree? All right,
Exactly.
so do you guys? How often do y'all meet? You don't have to give, like I said, a lot of the intimate details, but what are y'all doing when y'all meeting? And like, can you talk more about that?
So yeah, we talk daily, in private lock chats in the Discord, just to
Yep.
make sure we're up to date. We're doing what we need to do, and I'd say every 1 to 2 weeks. It's hard based on the time zones. Agash being from the UK, and then
Uh,
Ari and myself are in the US, and Giselle is on another time zone. So it's hard to link all the time zones, but we try every 2 weeks or so. We get on a call, hash out anything that needs to get done really
yep.
quickly, and that way we're all on the same page, because a lot can get lost in text, so it's good to
Oh,
talk
for
through
sure.
things.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. Yeah. So congrats on y'all and what you got going on. So far,
Thank you.
I really like how the young G's look. I love the
They're
name, and
awesome.
and I like how dope they look. I'm gonna go pull up this. There's two questions that we got from Instagram that I want to ask. Tatterverse, shout out to Tatterverse, potatoes vibing. She says, what is the plan for G's to differentiate it's the project from others? So what makes the G's different than other projects out here on Algorand?
I would have to say, definitely, it's got to be the focus on education
Mm,
and inclusivity. I believe, and I don't want to go out on a limb here, but we have a pronoun bot in our Discord that
pronoun spot.
it's open to anybody. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. If you want to, go ahead. It helps when you're having a conversation with somebody. At the end of the day, if you look at Renegaze on Discord, you're just gonna see a young G and a name called Renegaze. You're not gonna actually know who I am. But
Yep.
the pronoun nice because you can click on somebody's name and in their bio, it'll give you, a role like he, him, she, her, or I believe create your own. So it's really nice to have that in there to teach other people. And then just our G Academy, we're working on, what can we do to revamp it a little more, bring a little
Mhm.
more education into it. And I think that's definitely what sets us apart. Just we're very focused on education and believing that that's probably the best thing you can supply to someone.
Respect. A lot of respect there. All right. Meru the cat, excuse me. Shout out to Meru. Win Super Gym Man. I mean, exactly how you wrote it. Trice excited for V2. Win Super Gym Man.
So yeah, I get a lot of these questions day in and day out in the
Yep.
Discord. So the Gen 2, as far as we're gonna, you know, explain to people, it's coming in the fall.
Fall.
We're not giving an exact date on it. We're too far out for that to, give you guys a date and then, end up pushing it back. We know how that feels. It's not worth it. When it comes to mint price, same thing. I think it's too far out to, openly give a price right now. Say we give you guys a price and algo jumps 50%, then we're making fifty
Which is
percent on top
possible.
of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, we're keeping those kind of vague right now, but
Mhm.
there will be a few announcements coming in the future. Maybe a token, maybe a little something to do with the token. I can't
Okay.
say too much on it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, we definitely gotta have to, bring you back. I like the vibes that you got going on for sure. Okay. So
Definitely.
we talked about holder benefits. We talked about a few things. Is there anything else you can share, like any potential partnerships or I guess some goals that y'all also have to accomplish push this year?
So I think just to dive a little more into the Gen 2, we've been pretty vague about it recently. Just, we don't want to put too much information out that we may change because, you try things, they fail, you try different things. And I think that's the whole course of this, as you
Mhm.
said earlier, as we're pretty much just startup businesses working.
Yep.
So
Facts.
what I will say, our whole Gen 2, it's 4,370 pieces, and they will all be, um, on a story. So it's a whole adaptive story that Ari has written a lot of the stories. You can see on our website, you'll
Yeah.
see, I believe it's Sir Shackle Tower.
Yeah, I was
That whole
looking
thing
at
was written by Ari.
okay, the
So
writer,
that
artist. Okay.
story will continue. Mhm.
Okay.
And so, the Arc 19 pieces will give purpose to, why they change over time.
Oh, you dropping Arc 19?
Of course.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I think the Arc 19 is definitely gonna change the game. I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
if that's the like do Ethereum, Solana, I don't know. Do they have that?
I don't think they have it to the scale that
Okay.
kind of Arc 19 is applied here. I know at least on Solana, they have the ability to say like, oh, you don't like one trait on the project, you can go through, you can do a redraw on the trait, and you
Mhm.
can update all the pieces. But I don't think, at least maybe it's cost wise or something, that they're really pushing Arc 19 to the extent that Algorand's using it.
Oh man. Yeah, yeah, because I seen what like Project Raven and mostly
Mhm.
friends did. I was like, oh my, like
That
ideas just
would
springing up everywhere.
It's a couple $100 on Ethereum.
Facts. Like, yeah, it's like can't do that over there, basically. It's
No.
crazy. Nah. So okay, let's slowly start to close out. I do want to I always like to ask too about a little advice for the person that comes on in their position. So if I was trying to join a project and to be involved, right, and kind of do what you're doing or one of your teammates, how would one go about interacting with a project and being involved and potentially joining?
So yeah, I think there's the main way a lot of people get involved in projects is you really just need to show face. If you're there every day, day in, day out, you're starting conversations, or maybe that you want to be a community manager or an ambassador or something. Conversations are definitely where it starts.
Hmm.
Get to know people, make yourself important in the community, and as long as if you're there for long enough and you make it known, you can message. I believe most projects their owners have their DMs open. We're not
Yes.
in projects where you have to close them out for spam bots. You can talk to anybody. So make yourself known. Then reach out. It's exactly what I did with Ari. He posted something about, oh, we want to bring on an ambassador. I DM'd him immediately and I said like, hey, I'm there every day. Like, let's
Yeah,
try to
ready
work
to
something
go.
out.
Yeah,
I was
I
like, yeah,
like it.
you're just putting a title on it. So yeah,
Excellent.
definitely
Yep.
just consistency is key.
Yep. And tapping in makes sense. Okay. Um, let's close out now. Where can we find Giraffe? What are some social sites, links, and where should we be looking for Giraffe?
So definitely look at graph.art. So that's our website. A lot of the updates, go on there. Any information you need will be there with links out to our NFT explorers. Our exact wallets are on the bottom of the site. If you
Okay.
want to learn more about me, you go to the team site. I only have my Twitter linked. Ari and Agash both have their LinkedIn's connected. If you want to dive into what they do outside of this, so that's definitely a place to start. And then at Graffe Algorand, Graffe, then Algorand, Graffe Algorand on Twitter. We
Okay.
have a link to our Discord there as well, I believe.
Perfect. I'll put all those links in the description. Make sure y'all get that. Final thing. Why the giraffe? Because that giraffe is a legendary creature. So I didn't even ask this yet, but why the giraffe?
I I don't know. Giselle just really, she said she liked it.
Yeah, is it
She was just
Giselle
like,
Giraffe? Is that why? That's what I'm. Their names are
I
similar.
it could, it definitely could relate to that. I think from where I asked her about it, she just said like, I love giraffes. She's like, it looked really nice, and I wanted to run. I said, all right, makes sense to me. If you're good enough at it, run with it.
Yeah, enough said. All
Exactly.
right, man. All right. Well, thank you for hopping on the Passive Income Network. Again, make sure that you come back, give us some updates in a few months. Because like I said, I got to get my hands on a young G for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Stay by after a little bit. We'll chop it up some more, and then I'm gonna do my closeout with the audience.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. All right, peace. Hey y'all, so that was Renegaze, community manager of GRAFs. Again, make sure that y'all tap in, go visit the website, read up on these people, and see what is happening, right? Join the Discord and engage as we learn from this right here. So I'm excited. Again, links all in the description. Make sure y'all leave some comments and tap in. The audio version of this is always out a few weeks after, so you guys can get the audio experience as well. And again, I appreciate y'all all for tapping in. C Will with the Passive Income Network. I am gone. Algorand. See the crypto, a digital face. 2021 fiat replaced. Had to have it. Bank account by Algorand. Large amounts. Digital left the physical space. The community had to be great. A digital wallet, large amounts. It's about fame, big bank account.